Hey guys, we're sitting down today to talk a little bit about one of my favorite tone woods in the world, Brazilian rosewood. If you're in the market for a high-end PRS, this is definitely an option to consider. If you're getting either an artist package or a private stock guitar, I think it is absolutely the way to go personally. Here's why. First and foremost, I find that the wood does not require any oiling. You can just play and play and play, go from different environments, different climates, and the fingerboard will stay a perfect consistency, never get too dry, never get fret ends popping out or anything like that. I've noticed that Brazilian boards tend to hold their moisture content a lot better as a result. On top of that, I find that you get a little bit more snap, a little bit more resonant response if we're talking strictly the fingerboard. Now, if we're going to talk about a full-blown neck made out of Brazilian rosewood, we're getting into a completely different tonal frequency discussion, but I'll touch upon that a little bit later. Another advantage is the wood is endangered, so that means it's getting more and more rare, more and more difficult to acquire, and eventually it's going to completely run out and you won't be able to get it at all. So that means that if you are buying an instrument as an investment, something to keep for many, many years, and or maybe try to sell down the line, the resale value is sure to go up on those, sure to increase because it's just going to be more difficult to acquire. Just look at vintage instruments that have Brazilian rosewood versus Indian. Or even Madagascar, Cocobolo, there's a lot of subspecies, but Brazilian in particular, the prices go way, way up simply because of how difficult it is to acquire. That's something to consider, because PRS does have probably the biggest stash of Brazilian rosewood of any builder that I know or have seen, because it's available on quite a few of their instruments as an option today, but that can absolutely change tomorrow. So if you're interested in getting like an artist package or a private stock guitar, I would absolutely consider upgrading to Brazilian. This year's artist package has an ebony fretboard, Gaboon ebony actually, but you can upgrade to Brazilian for no upcharge, and I would absolutely recommend that you do. Now, if you are going private stock, you want to go all the way, you can actually get a full-blown Brazilian rosewood neck like I have on this McCarty right here, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Now, it does come with a hefty price tag, and a lot of people do ask me, like, is it worth it, is it worth it? It's a completely subjective thing that's, I think, pretty specific to what you're comfortable spending relative to what you're actually comfortable playing on. Now, Indian rosewood's still a great tone wood, obviously utilized on a million instruments, and tried and true, sounds great, especially necks made out of it. However, with that said, I find that there is something special about all of the guitars I have played that have had a neck made out of solid Brazilian rosewood. Now, considering that they used to make marimbas out of the material, it is incredibly resonant, and if you've ever had a chance to tap on if you've ever been fortunate enough to have a chance to tap on a raw piece of the wood, I mean, it really sings and has a bell-like quality to it, which I believe can only translate into a really, really great acoustic instrument that ultimately translates into a very, very good electric instrument. And I mean, even unplugged, this thing is so resonant. I mean, I'm talking to you through the camera mic right now, and it's pretty far away from me, but you can hear that. And the guitar just vibrates in a way that I can't really explain. All the Indian rosewood neck guitars I've played had more of a hollow-like vibration to them, if that makes any sense at all. Whereas this whole thing just vibrates. It's really hard to explain unless you're actually holding the guitar and physically playing it, but it's something really remarkable. It's almost like it gives the tone back to you in a way, and it's something really, really special. So if you're interested in getting a guitar with Brazilian rosewood on it, don't hesitate to hit us up, or to check out more information, just go on our site, wiredguitarist.com, and let's check out how this thing sounds a little bit.